Good afternoon, guys. Wherever you are in the world, I've got a fantastic guest for us today, Daniel Molina, and he's actually chiming in from Hawaii. And he's the CEO of Red Palm, which is a digital marketing agency, and it helps home service businesses thrive in a competitive world. And so, if you are in the audience listening this and you're a local business wishing you had the tools you need to stand out, grow, and succeed, without wasting time or money on strategies that don't deliver, Daniel's the man. So really happy to have him. And Daniel, welcome.
Thank you for having me, man. It's awesome. Love to help people in any way that I can and offer up information to help.
Yeah. Briefly describe how you got into Red Palm and what you do for clients.
Yeah. So really, I was a student in college in 2000 at the Art Institute of Dallas. I wanted to work for Disney being a 2D animator. And then I found out, man, it takes a lot of work to do the 2D animation. And you would have to work for Disney like 14 years to be a senior artist. And so you got paid nothing. Until then, I'm like, I can't do that because I love passion of art, but being a starving artist was not something I wanted to sign up for. So then I quickly changed my degree over to 3D modeling. And so then I thought I'll do gaming, and that's the future of where movies are going, is obviously in 3D. And so then I graduate with a 3D degree, Associated Applied Arts on 3D modeling. Excuse me. And so then 2002 is when I graduate. September 11th just happened. All the studios in Dallas, is where I lived, Dallas, Fort Worth, were all closed. The economy sucked, tanked. No one was making movies. And so I'm like, crap. But at the time, I had an in-house agency. I had an in-house graphic design job. It was an in-house marketing company for a credit union. And so I learned graphic design through being in-house design. And then that started my marketing career. And so then I learned, and then I worked for a small boutique agency. I taught myself how to design websites and develop websites. And then I worked for big agencies. And then I was like, man, they're paying me $30 an hour. And then they're charging the client $175 an hour. I want some of that action. So then I learned how to dive into what I'm going to start with one client and hopefully I succeed. And so I made that decision, I want to say in 2008, 2009, to just go on my own. And now we have a pretty successful agency serving the trades. And so that's what I got into it.
Yeah. And what's interesting is I just got off another podcast interview, and he has digital marketing agency, and he was telling me that for healthcare practices or for local home service businesses, local SEO is the key. And briefly describe everybody hears SEO, but what is the difference with local SEO and why it's so important?
Yeah. So there's obviously the global SEO, and specifically for America, national, right? And so there's the product sales. If you have a purse or you have a product that does not require a geolocation, you want anybody buy. That's a different kind of SEO practice, right? A lot of some similarity and parallels, but there's a different focus, which is localized, right? You want people, and specifically for us, it's the trades. So if you say, man, the water heater is broke or something's broke with my plumbing because the water's not hot, what you're going to do is going to go to Google and you're going to say, find me a plumber near me. That kind of search and that kind of optimization is different than trying to hit all of the United States. And so when you're thinking about how you actually service or try to do SEO to get those kind of customers, that's what is called localized SEO. It's no longer SEO to try to, because it used to, when I got into SEO back in 2000, I'm going to put this on do not disturb. Someone tried to call me. Back in 2008, when I was doing SEO, I remember doing SEO for a video company. And this guy was on every single front page of Google for every city in America. And he was out of Plano, Texas. And literally, if you're in Chicago, if you're in New York, if you're in California, whatever city, LA, whatever, you typed in video production company, he was number one. And I'm like, how did he do this? And he had hundreds of pages about video production. And that's when I saw, oh my gosh, content's king. And then when you, obviously back then was Matt Cutts, when he was like giving information with SEO, he was actually Matt Cutts actually tell you, hey, here's how you rank and here's some stuff that you could do. And so content's king. So now let's fast forward. We're in 2025. Content's still king, but localizing that content is the difference. So you got to put a city in there. Hey, Google, I'm not going after all of the United States. I'm actually going after localized people in my area. And so You don't want to keyword stuff like Dallas Fort Worth plumber, Dallas Fort Worth plumber. You don't want to do that. There is some art form to it, but when you localize content with adding cities in there, letting Google know, hey, I'm actually servicing this area. I don't care about New York. I don't care about LA. I don't care about Utah, whatever. I'm serving Dallas Fort Worth. So therefore only show my page for people looking for Dallas Fort Worth. So that's the difference between national SEO and then doing localized SEO. So then you optimize your Google profile, social media, all your optimization, like alt tags, like H1, H2 tags, photos, all that need to scream, this is the city I service.
Oh, interesting and fascinating. And the next question I have for you is you talked about tagging those areas. One, what's the biggest marketing mistake that small businesses make when trying to implement local SEO?
So that's a great question. There's a lot of different things that they do wrong. A lot of times what they try to do is just list every single city on their front page and zip codes and that doesn't work. Content's king. So if you're going to have, you can have the city name on the front page, but then it has to be linked and then you click on it and it should go to a page with content about that city, but not just one page, but you want to blog about it. You want to have other content that kind of sprinkles in the city of where you service or cities. And so they just think if you just list it all on a home page and have all these zip codes, it's going to work. And that doesn't work. That's black hat tactic now. You don't want to do that.
Yeah. I know. A follow-up question I have for you is when once you localize it and when you say content is king, what types of content performs best? Is it short form? Is it video? Is it blog? Is it a newsletter? Or talk about that.
Yeah. So I would say a year or 2 years ago, long form content will definitely outperform anything. Anything 2,000 words, 2,500 words. Now, because of AI, I would say all of it performs. So when you create content, you got to create it in the way knowing the audience. Okay. The audience obviously is me and you looking for whatever service or information we're looking for, right? But we're the audience. So we got to find content that speaks to us. But how you create it and how you actually format it is you want short form up top, answer the question in about 150 words, right? And very top, here's the answer to your question. Then you have the long form, then you have the FAQ in the bottom, or however you want to put it with the table of contents and all that. So it's easy for them to read through it. When you do it like that, then what you're doing is you're not only speaking to Google or Bing with long form content, but you're also speaking to the AI because AI is looking for that easy, quick answer. And so then when now the AI, ChatGPT or Perplexity or even search generative experience from Google, they're going to look for that quick answer. And if people land on your page and feel like Google with their algorithms feel, oh, that was a good answer to the question, then you get displayed on Google. And we've experienced that. We've seen it where some of our clients show up for some of the answers. And so when I say content's king, when you start to be the topical authority, not just a keyword plumber near me. If you're only doing keywords on plumber near me, you're going to rank, but you're not going to rank for many keywords. Mm-hmm. What you want to do is just cover the whole topic of plumbing, the whole topic of heating and air, the whole topic of whatever service, physicians, lawyers, whatever you are, be the topical authority of everything. Even if it's a long tail keyword that gets hardly any searches, you want to write about it. Then Google says, man, this is a plethora of knowledge about whatever service or product. Therefore, anytime a customer is looking for information, this is where we're going to send them.
Interesting. In a follow-up question I have for you is, in your experience, which platforms should people be on? I know the typical is LinkedIn or Instagram. I don't know what your thoughts about TikTok are, but where should people be posting this content?
Yeah. On the website for sure. You got to see like the website is the motor. So when you see a NASCAR race or an IndyCar race or any race, you don't really see the motor. You see the facade, right? The outside, the stickers, all that. Oh, that car looks fast, right? But really it's the motor that makes it fast. And so think of your website in this day and age it's the motor. And so what you do on your website with content is what's going to drive the traffic to social media, drive the traffic to your Google Business profile, drive the traffic to all these places. And so when I think about social media, yeah, you want to be put on there, but it's not just put on there and then no one likes it, engage. You got to try to figure out how to get engagement. If there's no engagement or views with your social posts, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, you mentioned TikTok, it just depends on your audience, right? TikTok, it's every 5 to 10 seconds, 30 seconds, or maybe in one session, someone saw hundreds of videos. So you think they're going to remember your video after they just finished watching hundreds? Versus Instagram, it's not like that, right? Instagram is probably be more memorable, where Facebook, the same thing. LinkedIn, if you do a lot of commercial work, if you're doing B2B, LinkedIn might be the spot. But for a plumber, LinkedIn's a waste of time. You want to be in Instagram, Facebook, and possibly TikTok, doing TikTok videos, right? You want to hit all of that, right? But then you got to take your content and try to create short form to fit all those different mediums, right? And so I think it just depends on where your audience is. And then if you want SEO credit, meaning Google recognize and give you credit for those things, you got to make sure you get engagement. So your content's got to get engagement. It's not just post and you get 0 views that you're going to get Google to look at it.
Yeah. The other thing that came to my mind when I was talking with you is your approach is very Gary V and just very strategic. And where does advertising fall in? Because I know like Facebook ads is like super expensive, Instagram ads. I know I heard like LinkedIn and YouTube and like these ads, but what are your thoughts on how people should be approaching ad in keyword ads for keywords?
Yeah, so the traditional is going to be Google AdWords, right? PPC. And then there's Bing, but Bing, I think, has what, 3% of the market share, whatever. But PPC is expensive. Ads on Google are expensive. In the trades, it's not only Google PPC, Google Ads, but it's also Google Local Service Ads. So there's 2 different platforms that you can advertise for service. When it comes to branding ads, that's where I think we need to talk. If you're looking for Facebook, Instagram, and even YouTube for leads on the trades, that's expensive. You're not going, you have the wrong goal. The way you look at Facebook ads and YouTube ads is branding and awareness. You want to be where people are. I said this before, I'm not sure in another podcast, is a whole presidency was won without TV buys and radio buys. They solely advertised on social media and podcasts. A whole president, United States of America. Hate him, love him, who cares?
Yeah.
The marketing team literally used social media to win the presidency, right? To get their message out. So imagine where people are. They're on social media, whether TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, that's where they are. So it's not really expensive when you're thinking about branding and awareness. It is expensive when you got 2 leads and you spend $1,000. Dang, that's a $500 lead. Jeez. But if you're like looking at it, I'm going to spend $500 and get 100,000 impressions, that's the way you got to look at it. And because branding and awareness is so important, more so than ever, to be there. So that when they are Googling plumber near me, oh, I remember that funny ad. Oh, I remember that video that one plumber had. And then they pick you because you can do all the SEO and get picked and be on the 3-pack. It's called the map pack area.
Yeah.
If they never heard about you, they never heard about your business, and your competitors did a better job branding, you might as well be on page 10 because they're going to pick the other guys they heard about. So don't look at social media as leads, specifically to the trades. Now, for products, of course, I buy crap all the time on Instagram. I buy crap all the time on Facebook. They get me. I'm a shopper, right? That's different. Products, you're going to get leads, you're going to get sales. But when it comes to service, offering service, that's a different beast of way of using social media.
Yeah. And then a follow-up question I have for you along this topic of branding awareness is, what do you think about the strategy where people are not doing like local SEO, but they're doing like they're using SEO and like tags and keywords to get more followers and to just build a brand? How do you think that strategy works in addition to local SEO?
Yeah, the way you're going to get follows is not because you have some special, unless you're like a Louis Vuitton or Nike or Adidas, where people buy that all the time. Yeah, I want that 30% discount. But if you're just like a specific brand or service that's not as popular, the way you're going to get follows is by adding value other than coupons and service. You want to figure out, how do I provide value to customers so they can follow me? So if you put in keywords, and the way you do that is just offering up information that helps people. If you're in the trades, house tips and This is how you can save money on energy. This is the way you can whatever, right? Create some kind of value that when someone scrolls on social media and they see your page, it's not just an offer or a coupon all the time, right? The average person needs a plumber every 3 years. So if you're always saying so, they're going to ignore you, right? And what you want to do is offer information that's helpful. And sometimes if you're a plumber, you may not even have a tip about plumbing. It could be a tip about anything, right? A house hack, just a house hack. Hey, here's how you save your water bill on your sprinkler system. But wait, I don't do sprinkler systems. I'm a plumber. That's different. Or it could be about, hey, here's how you save money on air quality or whatever, right? And you're a plumber. Whatever it is, offer up quality, valuable information. Then they're going to want more of that because it helped them. That's how you gain followers and do keywords based off of that. And the way you find out what that quality is, you ask ChatGPT or Perplexity, hey, what are 10 top questions people have on Google? What for plumbers, for heating air companies, for whatever, for house hacks? And Perplexity or AI will tell you what people are searching. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, it's exactly what it's and I really love your advice because it's spot on. The next another question I have for you is what future marketing trends should small businesses be preparing for? I know we touched a little bit about AI, but like new types of platform. Recently, I heard a talk from the Blue Sky CEO. It's like a decentralized Twitter. Should we be paying attention to that or preparing for? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, decentralization is definitely important, but you got to think about the ones that are leading that is crypto. Only 3% of Americans are in crypto. It's not a near future. Even with all this pro crypto talk from the administration, we're still at 3% only of Americans in crypto. But believe me, I'm in crypto.
Yeah.
I'm in blockchain technology, and I looked into the NFTs, and I've definitely been in it since 2017. So I do think the blockchain decentralization is the future,
Yeah.
but the adoption's not there yet. And right now, the adoption's AI. But even then, with AI, this was, of course, last year, many investors are pulling funds away from AI because they're not, it's cool. We sent a rocket to the moon, but does it make us money? Not really. And it's like, that's what they're suing with AI is like all this Midjourney and Dolly and all this stuff is cool, but how do we make money on it? And because the investors saying, hey, we'll invest in this technology, but you haven't figured out how to monetize it, we're going to pull funding. And that's what's been happening. And so they haven't cracked that code yet. So the future of marketing is still going to be, it's going to be AI and search engine or search generative experience, which is the AI answers, but they got to grab it from somewhere. Right now, there's no legislature passed that governs them, but AI is stealing information. And so at some point, there's going to be laws where you have to source where you got that information. So people say SEO is dead, SEO is going away. Where do you think AI is grabbing all this information? I'm sure it's piggybacking on algorithms to go grab the information like Google's doing. And at some point, when enough companies get pissed off and say, "Hey, you're stealing my information and you're changing it up," Perplexity is actually putting in articles of where they got it from because they're ahead of the curve. And so, if you want to be the reference article, keep doing SEO on your site, right? And so, I think the future is still going to be Google with a little bit of AI, but it's not going to be like replacing it where just yet.
Yeah.
We're not there yet.
Yeah, it's really fascinating and it's something to be looking and be on the radar and what's preparing for what's coming. So the for business owners that really loved your talk, what's your top advice for new business owners investing in marketing and how can people reach you and how can Red Palm help them?
Yeah. Business owners looking for us as far as in the trades. We've been doing the trades since 2012. 95% of our customers or clients are the trades. And so when you come to us, we're not like testing or trying things out on you. Like we have proven results because all we do is the trades. And so when you think about Facebook and Twitter and all these free services, what are they looking for? Data. They're getting data. Data is expensive, right? And so the same thing with the agency, if we have only the trades, we have all this data that we can now share and have marketing strategies based off the data we know so that you can win and succeed. And so instead of going to an agency that has lawyers, doctors, and hair salons and all these other things, they're spread thin. They're not really professionals in any one thing, unless they're a really big company and they have hundreds of lawyers, hundreds of physicians, then you can share that data. Where for us, 100%, almost 100% of our clients are the trades. So therefore, you get to share in that data, which then proves results. And so that's why I think we're different. And that's why I think hiring a company that really focuses on the trades is important for them, because we're not A/B testing, trying to figure things out. We already know what works. And how you can reach me, my company is redpalm.us. You can go there, or if you want to talk to me, you go to danielmolina.life and you can learn about me, my family, nonprofit, all the things that I'm involved in.
Awesome. Thanks so much for coming on, and a really wonderful conversation, and keep up the great work.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure.